Mondo Duplantis has broken the pole vault world record 15 times. He has won the Diamond League 5 years in a row. And right now, he is 2 titles away from doing something no pole vaulter in history has ever done. But there is one night in July 2026 that could change everything. And it all starts in just a few days. The Wanda Diamond League is the top level of track and field competition. Every year, the best athletes on the planet race and jump and throw across 15 cities, 4 continents, 1 season. And at the end of it all, in Brussels, 1 athlete per event takes home the Diamond Trophy. In men's pole vault, Mondo Duplantis has taken that trophy every single year since 2019. 5 straight years, 5 straight titles. That is not a streak. That is a takeover. But here is the number that matters most in 2026. The all-time record for Diamond League titles in a single event is 7. Duplantis is sitting at 5. He needs 2 more. If he wins in 2026 and 2027, he becomes the most decorated Diamond League champion in the history of the men's pole vault. No one else. Just him. That is what is on the line this season. But before we get to Brussels, before we get to the final, there is one stop on his 2026 calendar that could define the entire season. We will get there. First, let me show you exactly what this schedule looks like, because the plan itself tells a story. The 2026 Wanda Diamond League opens on May 16th in Shanghai, China. That is where Duplantis starts his campaign. From there, he is confirmed for at least 7 meetings across the season: Kekiao, Doha, Stockholm, Paris, London, Silesia, and Monaco, before the 2-day Diamond League final in Brussels on September 4th and 5. 7 meetings. Every single one counts. Every single one is a chance to bank points, win the event, and move closer to that 6th Diamond Trophy. And Duplantis is doing all of this at 27 years old. He is not a young kid breaking onto the scene anymore. He is the defending everything Olympic champion, world champion, world record holder, and a 5-time Diamond League champion who has won 41 times in this series since he first competed in it back in 2017. He has been winning Diamond League pole vault since he was a teenager, 5 titles. 41 wins. The record to beat is 7. The 2026 season kicks off in Shanghai on May 16. Stay with this, most people know Duplantis holds the world record in pole vault. But here is what makes his 2026 push even more interesting. Out of his 15 world records, 4 of them happened at Diamond League meetings. Not at the Olympics, not at the World Championships. At Diamond League events. That means every time Duplantis shows up at a Diamond League meet, the record book is always at risk. It is not a question of whether he can break it at these events. He already has. 4 times. His most recent world record came last year in Stockholm, his home city, in front of people who have watched him grow up in this sport. He broke his own record on Swedish soil, and it was his 15th world record all time. That number, 15 world records, is almost impossible to wrap your head around. Most athletes never break a world record once. Duplantis has done it 15 times, and he is still only 27. But there is one place on his 2026 schedule where a record is almost guaranteed to be threatened. A venue he has already taken ownership of. A city where he set a number last year that the rest of the world cannot touch. And he is going back to break his own record there, Monaco. July 10, 2026. Meeting Hercules EBS Stade Louis II. If you do not know this meet, here is all you needed to know. The Stade Louis II sits right inside the city of Monaco, surrounded by the Mediterranean Sea. It is tight. The crowd is close to the track. The history inside that stadium is real. This will be Duplantis' 5th time competing at this venue, and last year he set the Monaco meeting record at 6.05 meters, 6 meters and 5 centimeters. That is over 19 feet and 10 inches straight into the air. On a pole. That is the meeting record that Duplantis now owns, and he is coming back to attack it. But Monaco in 2026 is not just about one number. The meeting has put together something that has never been done at this level before. A men's and women's pole vault double bill on the same night. 2 world-class fields. 1 venue. 1 night. The meeting is already set up to be historic before anyone even leaves the ground. Remember the goal: 6 Diamond League titles. Monaco is meeting number 10 of the 2026 season. Every win before it, every point scored in Doha, Stockholm, and Paris is building toward Brussels. Monaco is the moment where the whole season can swing. Now, let us be honest. Duplantis is the favorite. He is always the favorite. But the rest of the field is not standing still. Emanuel Karalis of Greece is ranked number 2 in the world in pole vault right now. He is confirmed for the Oslo Diamond League meeting on June 10. He is building a 2026 season of his own, and he is the closest thing to a real challenger that Duplantis has right now. Closest thing to a challenger does not mean he is going to win, but Karalis is consistent enough and good enough to make sure Duplantis cannot have a single bad day. In a Diamond League title race, bad days cost points, and points cost trophies. That pressure is real, and it makes every single meeting in 2026 matter more than it would if Duplantis were jumping alone. Here is the question no one can answer yet. How much higher can Duplantis actually go? His world record is already above 6.21 meters. Can he push past that in 2026? Can he do it at Monaco on July 10 in front of that crowd? Hold that question. The answer might come sooner than you think. After Monaco, the calendar stays packed. London, Lausanne, Silesia, and then Brussels on September 4th and 5 for the 2-day Diamond League final. The final is where the title is won or lost. It is where all of those individual wins and points combine into one result. A 6th straight title in Brussels would tie him with the best runs in Diamond League history across any event. It would also put 2027 and the record-breaking 7th title directly in his sights. No pole vaulter has ever done what Duplantis is trying to do. Not in Diamond League history. Not at this level of consistency. 41 wins, 15 world records, 5 trophies, and now he is trying to stack a 6th on top of all of it. May 16 in Shanghai, July 10 in Monaco, September 4 and 5 in Brussels. 3 dates, 1 title, 1 trying to do something no one has done before. We are right at the beginning of it. 2024 was the year Duplantis won Olympic gold in Paris, the biggest stage in sports, and he showed up. 2025 was the year he set his 15th world record on home soil in Stockholm. That one was personal. 2026 is different. 2026 is about a legacy number. Title 6 puts him inside the greatest Diamond League seasons this sport has ever seen. Title 7, whenever it comes, breaks the record for good. Duplantis is not just competing this year. He is building something permanent. And at 27, right in the middle of his physical peak as a pole vaulter, there is no sign the ceiling is anywhere close. His world record will fall again. The only real question is when and where. Monaco is one night in July, but it is the kind of night that becomes the headline of an entire season. Duplantis headlining a historic men's and women's pole vault double bill at the Stade Louis II, going after a meeting record he already owns in a city that has already watched him clear 6 meters. That is what this sport looks like at its highest level, and that is exactly why his name is in the headline. Not because the meet needs him, but because every single time he shows up, something that should be impossible happens anyway. The 2026 Diamond League starts May 16 in Shanghai. It ends September 4 in Brussels. And somewhere in between, on a warm July night in Monaco, the season will find its defining moment. The bar is set, the man is ready, and the record is already his. All he has to do now is clear it.